Vines that cured my depression. Vines that kept me from ending it all. Vines that really butter my egg roll. It's midnight on a school night. You're sitting in bed trying to fall asleep when you pull up YouTube and search those magic words, Vine Compilations. We've all been in that situation where we start watching Vine compilations at what we thought was 12:30 in the morning, but ends up slowly turning into 4. And now you've got a physics exam that day and you really could have used that sleep, but now because of 6 seconds worth of videos, you can't fall asleep and you're gonna fail the test and you're gonna fail high school and you're gonna end up in a van down by the river! Nowadays, thanks to the shutdown of Vine, RIP Vine, most people will sit and watch TikToks instead. And I guess that's kind of the same thing. They're short videos that you can watch a few of in a row and not spend too much time on. And then again, so is Quibi. And does anyone even remember Quibi? Did anyone have Quibi? I don't think anyone had Quibi. TikTok is fine, don't get me wrong. I have a few of my personal favorites, but I think we're kidding ourselves if we ever think that TikTok will fill the void that Vine left. TikTok could actually be more of a hindrance than a help for everything that it stands for and the content itself. Alright, one thing I want to try with these videos is do a little bit more research. I mean, by research, I'm probably just going to Google a couple of search terms and pull up the first couple of articles. For starters, I don't think TikToks are that funny. I mean, like in general, they're fine. I think there's one big flaw with TikTok, and I think it's the timing, or how much time is in an actual TikTok. Vines were all forced to stick to a very strict 6-second time limit from the beginning of Vine up until, I think, like 2014 or something. They added 140-second clips, but I don't know anyone that used that long. TikTok has the ability to have 15 seconds worth of video, which is pretty much double that of what Vine had. 11 extra seconds may not seem like a lot, but it really shows with the comedic timing of the video featured. Now, comedy is a very subjective thing, and what might be funny to me might not be funny to you, and vice versa. We can argue about it on Twitter, or on Instagram, or down in the comments section if you really think that you need to fight with me on what's funny and what's not funny. But I just don't think TikTokers understand comedic timing because of all the extra time that they have. With Vine, everyone was forced to fit their entire joke in 6 seconds, so they had to take out any extra fluff that they had in there. But with TikTok, like, you feel like you have to fill all those 15 seconds, and sometimes it just goes on a little bit long. One thing I noticed with a lot of TikToks is that because of the freedom to have videos be longer, a lot of people don't know where to cut it off and let the joke end. It feels like a bad Family Guy bit that just drags on and stops being funny after a while, which, like, not the best. Now, there's nothing wrong with a long joke, but I feel like if I'm getting bored watching a video that's only 15 seconds long, I feel like that's gotta be a problem with the joke. And maybe I have an actual attention disorder that stems from the quickness of Vine and other social media apps and the ability for smartphones to give us anything in an instant, and now even television. Vine had the opportunity to give a lot of talented, creative, and sometimes hilarious content creators the platform that they needed. Now mainstay YouTubers like Danny Gonzalez, David Dobrik, Drew Gooden, Liza Koshy all got their start making Vines, and that showed as a place to showcase their abilities so that they can get an actual following and then later get a following on now YouTube. Other less than amazing Vine stars like the Paul brothers and Lele Pons also got a big boost in popularity thanks to Vine, but a lot of their content on YouTube has been so controversial that they actually lose most of their following. Most Viners that transferred to YouTube ended up really working hard to make some of the better content on YouTube, despite the change in platform and getting a longer cap for content. Kind of like what I was talking about earlier, what really showed between the good and bad content creators is the passion for the craft of content creation and comedy in general. And most of the creators that tried to just become famous and make money ended up being a flash in the pan. Paul brothers obviously have way more of a following than those like Lele Pons, but the Paul brothers, as disgusting as their content is most of the time, those two work so hard to get videos out most of the time. And like, yeah, they're selling to kids. They're selling a lot of their stuff to, like, children, but, like, I can't deny the grind that they're going through just to be able to have a platform. Like, it's kind of insane. I mean, they're both pretty insane, but, like, itself is kind of insane. Vine was kind of like a new YouTube. People had no idea that they could make money doing something like that on a social media platform. Once it was common knowledge you could do that, more people tried to make it big on Vine so they could be famous and leave their parents' houses and move to Los Angeles and make money from 6 seconds of content per day. However, once Vine shut down and TikTok became the new cultural norm, I feel like the genuineness of making the videos kind of fell to the wayside, and people only wanted to do TikTok just to become famous. Everyone was trying to be the next Jake Paul or Logan Paul, that they kind of forgot that people like David Dobrik and Liza Koshy were actually funny and could make it. Okay, so I'm recording sometime in like late July, and there's a lot of news surrounding TikTok and national security. Since TikTok is an app that was originally produced in China, there have been reports that China is stealing data from people's smartphones. I have no idea if it's all true or not. I'm trying to keep updated as I go along, but most of the articles I've been reading are saying that it's been taken way out of proportion on what security steps TikTok has and how much of our information is actually being taken by Chinese developers of an app used to record teenagers doing dumb dances to 4-chord pop songs. If we're really talking about worrying about our security, we really should be changing our view to what apps we need to be careful sharing, that we like Taylor Swift music and stuff like that. But all I'm saying is that I can't remember the last time Vine had threats of national security going on. Coincidence? One thing that also doesn't hit the same has to do with the first thing I brought up, the compilations. For whatever reason, TikTok compilations on YouTube are garbage. Just absolute dog shit. Vine comps have always had such a high quality of how they were put together. They were usually about 10 to 15 minutes long, they had the same crystal clear video quality, the sound mixing was great and all equalized to the same volume, they had the same titling system that had the title of the Vine right below it, with the name of the creator right next to it. Vine also followed the Instagram idea and had their videos locked at a 1:1 square aspect ratio, which really helped keep the consistency in the compilations on YouTube. There was enough room on both sides of the screen to have like a Vine logo or a cool border for the videos or something like that. For whatever reason, any TikTok compilation I've ever seen has always had a mix of high quality 1080p video and video that looks like it was compressed to like 240p, which like why would that even happen in the first place? If you're screen recording, it automatically does it to 1080p. Like, I have no idea how that even happens. Also, the audio is never mixed correctly, so some TikToks will be like ear rape blasting and the next will be super low, so you have to like readjust your volume on your phone and you're just wearing headphones and guess what? The next one's super loud again! For whatever reason, a lot of them are also cropped as if they're Vines, but since they're supposed to be the size of a phone screen, there's no point in doing it like that and you're just cutting off information. Like, what if the top text all the way up here was like really important to make the joke funny? Like, now I don't have that because you cropped it to make it look like a Vine. Just seems like TikTok is trying to copy Vine. TikToks are really optimized for watching them on your phone through the app, and I get that, but like, that's not good for the long play once TikTok inevitably gets shut down and people are trying to look up like old TikToks and can't find them because all of their compilations are compressed to shit. One important thing that really stands out to me is the community of people wanting to watch Vine compilations. Like, for a long time, there would be opportunities where I'd be hanging out with a group of friends, having a couple of drinks, hanging out with the boys, and we'd get bored after like playing video games for a few hours and watching a couple of movies, and then one person saying something like, hey, let's pull up a couple of Vine compilations. So we watched 2 or 3 Vine compilations, usually mixing of like the same 100 to 200 Vines or whatever. But what was really interesting was just like the community aspect of it. Like, we'd all recognize the Vines, we'd all say like, oh, still a piece of garbage, like all sing along and stuff like that. I think that's something that's gonna happen for a long time. I can think of some really cool moments where I was sitting with friends and hanging out and having fun with Vine compilations. I just don't think TikTok has that kind of staying power. Thanks everyone for watching this video. It was a lot of fun to work on, to think of like how to put into words why I don't like TikTok. And there's not anything like, I don't absolutely hate TikTok. I just think that since TikTok is the biggest platform right now, I just don't think it has the same staying power as Vine. That doesn't mean that I think TikTok is atrocious. I think it has its problems, but I think that those problems could be resolved in the future. I don't know. I think because of how rough the beginning of TikTok was, I didn't even talk about the history of like their acquisition of Musical.ly. Like Musical.ly was a big thing. Remember Jacob Sartorius? Like, what's he doing now? Wasn't he like 12 years old? He must be like an adult now. Oh God, I'm old. I'm ancient. I'm so old. But yeah, I plan on doing more kinds of videos in this video essay format, just talking to a camera and my microphone. Follow me on Twitter up here. If you have any suggestions for any more kinds of deep dives you want me to go to, I'm currently thinking of more ideas for videos that I can do in the future. I'm probably gonna keep doing this until it gets better in the real world, and it doesn't look like that's happening for a while. So I'm just gonna keep doing this to keep my editing chops going. I've also got a second channel that I'll link down in the description where I do like gameplay stuff. I'm doing like Pokemon challenges and stuff like that. Those are kind of fun. I'm going to try to alternate weekly between doing a video there and doing a video here, or doing 2 videos here and then 2 videos there. I don't know yet. I'm just trying to keep myself busy. Down in the description, I'll also have a link to my website. Yeah, I have a website. It'll have like my demo reel and all my other social media stuff. If you are a content creator looking to get someone to help out, I'm looking for work. Mainly stuff that I can do remotely because I'm slowly running out of funds and I'm moving soon. So, but again, thanks for watching the video, and I'll see you guys on the next one, whatever that one's gonna be. All right, bye.